2, 1.
Hey guys, it's Brady from Elite Weather Forecast, and today I'll be talking about the tropics. And as you can see, I'm starting off here. This is my Twitter account. Really, this is where I post a lot more often than I do on my videos, and I give constant updates on what's going to happen. So this is where you can get me for constant updates. Here on YouTube, I just do. I try and go as often as I can, but it takes time, a lot more time. This is much quicker, and it can get a lot more information out. So if you want to take a look here, my Twitter page, BG_weather, and I really try and keep you guys safe by letting you know what's going to be happening in the distant future. And as you can see here, you kind of tell what I'm already going to talk about in this photo, in this video, not photo. Right now, I'll be switching off here now to potentially the next potential tropical cyclone 9. It's a lot to say. We'll call it PT9 and see what the GFS has it doing. It has it going into the Gulf, and I don't think that's going to happen due to the fact that any activity that has been happening for rain-wise, look what the GFS has. It's thunderstorm activity as of right now, 0 hours out, or I guess 6 hours out. It has a good amount of rain activity, and that's not what I want to do. Just has a good amount of rain activity going on over in this area. All the thunderstorms, all the heavy precipitation, it is indicating that, but it's indicating that there is some heavier precipitation over here, when really all the heavy precipitation currently and all the convection is on the right side of this storm, which it is indicated for the most part, but I think its center is focusing a little bit too far to the west here, and I think due to that, this is the model that predicted Hurricane Sandy right. I think this is the most trustable and reliable model at this point in America. I'm taking this model over any model right now, and sadly, I wish I didn't have to, but this is the most reliable model, I'm pretty sure. As you can see, it has that very strong low pressure system in the Midwest currently producing tornadoes, very strong thunderstorms, very strong straight line winds. As you can see, look at this, 24 hours out, 48 hours out now. Look at this, a tropical depression or a weak tropical storm happening 48 hours out from now. But then 72 hours out, look at this thing kind of take off here. Now we got a tropical storm here, winds roughly about 50 miles an hour or so, just off the coast of Florida. Right now, Jacksonville and eastern coast of Florida getting some precipitation, heavy precipitation, and some strong wind here. And this thing's going to start to take off now. Look at this strong tropical storm here, winds 55, 60 miles an hour, probably around 60 miles an hour, and continuing to increase here. Now we got ourselves either a very strong tropical storm or a hurricane, and now we got ourselves a hurricane. Rapid intensification happening here in the span of 24 hours, 48 hours, dropping 40 millibars, in 24 hours dropping 24 millibars. So very strong hurricane could be potentially becoming with Humberto. But look at the bottom of the screen here. Notice, look what's coming out from Hispaniola and near the Puerto Rico area. And look at that, very strong Cat 2 hurricane right here. It has indicating, and with that pressure, it could be a Cat 3 potentially with that kind of pressure. But look at this, got a tropical storm now right behind, taking almost an identical path right now. Currently in the Bahamas, it indicates. This one indicating it a little bit more east. And look at this, New England is at play. If you take a look at my Twitter page, you will realize I have been talking about this and indicating that something like this is going to happen for almost weeks now, really. So I jump ahead of the game. I have a lot of leadership and influence that I base that off on. I really take great pride in the people that I trust the information with, and who does this are just they're great people, and they really care about what what's in store for the Earth, and they want to protect 100+ million people on the East Coast, and I do too. So just please, I mean, you look at that picture, that should be concerning enough. Also, a lot of tropical development has been taking place currently out in the Pacific right now, just east of Mexico. We have been seeing a lot of tropical waves that have been finding their way to develop. A lot of waves have been coming across here, coming across the Gulf, and just starting to develop. Well, really, some of these are coming more south than that even. A lot of these have been producing hurricanes. And yeah, it's just not good. But right now, currently with that low sitting somewhere over here in the Bahamas, I think we're going to be looking for something like this. Again, that's not exactly, but if we're going to make a straight line, this is the path. This is the path, and it's a dangerous path. And obviously you're going to see here this curvature out to sea as I go out into the next run. But as you can see here, it curves off a little bit. But I mean, this is indicating very strong hurricane force winds, Cat 2, Cat 3 hurricane. We cannot rule out that there could be a Cat 3 hurricane here on the table. So this is very important to know that something like this could be happening in the very near future. In the very near future, this is 8 days out, so it's a little too much concerning, and I'm not liking it. I'm not liking the chances here. I go to a different model here. The icon indicating the exact same thing, very similar, maybe a little bit more off to the east than what this is indicating, but look where that high pressure is. It depends on if it runs through the high pressure or not. Currently, the same planetary alignment is very similar to what happened. I don't know if y'all remember that massive bomb cyclone that hopped over the Midwest and Nebraska that devastated them and has ruined the crop season for many people in Nebraska. A 968 millibar low. That was over land. Imagine what's going to happen in 80 degrees sea waters. And that's what I've been indicating. I think the second one I've been thinking from the start is going to be the stronger one, but I can't rule out that this is the Neptune opposition hurricane. If this is it, this is going to be very powerful, and the one after that could be very powerful too. If not, if this is not it, then the one after this one could be very extremely powerful. Again, there's I listed as about a 10% chance that this one goes off to sea. 10% chance. So there's a 90% chance I have that this is going to affect people in the U.S., in the Atlantic Basin. So I am very concerned with what is happening right now in the tropics. I think this is about as active as you can get in hurricane season. I think we're going to last through November, sadly. Maybe not through November, but through October. And this is really concerning. We don't need this right now. We don't need such an active pattern. One hurricane, two landfalling hurricanes is enough. I think we were very lucky with Barry in the beginning of the season. That one could have been a lot worse, a lot worse. Luckily, some places took the brunt of it rainfall wise, and we're thankful for them, and we're praying for them, and not just Louisiana, but we're praying for them in the Bahamas now. We're praying for everybody. Send your prayers out to the East Coast. As someone who lives on the East Coast, we really need your prayers right now, because this is a dangerous situation. It's a really dangerous situation with the fact that there could be two major hurricanes on our doorstep here in New England, and it could not be more terrifying. So just please stay safe. Stay safe, East Coast.